We don't have to go very far this morning to find our scripture reading. Back there in the first chapter of Genesis, verses 1 through 5. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and He separated the light from darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness He called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. These are the words of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God. Title this message, Light Wins. Last week we talked about those first steps, and I remembered the first steps of our daughters. I remembered that. And as I read this scripture today, I remember when our daughters first began to speak or try to make words, we encouraged them. I certainly encouraged them a little harder that they would say "dad" first. That's right. And even though they don't realize they're forming words, in a sense they are making a statement as to who they are, their place in the world. As simple as those words may be, Mama, or Dada, or Papa now. As simple as they are, those words affirm a truth. For the first time written, God speaks. He had just created the heavens and the earth without uttering a word. But now He speaks. And those first words, they seem simple, but they're profound. And they make a statement as to who He is. He is God, our Creator. And He is confirming His identity. God is speaking into darkness. In Genesis, it's called a formless void. Darkness over the deep. And He says, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God said that light was good. He wasn't bragging too much on the darkness. He was bragging on that good. The light was good. Light is always superior to darkness, not just in the spiritual world, but in the physical world as well. And we know that light travels at 186,282 miles per second. When you turn that switch on in a room, the light quickly fills that room. Providing you paid up on the electric bill, that light fills that room quickly. But can I tell you, there's something just as fast as light? Darkness. As soon as you turn that switch off, how much quicker does darkness fill that room? Darkness is fast. But light will always be superior. If we turn those same lights on and we open up the curtains to a dark night, that darkness cannot come in. The light will not let that darkness in. Light is superior. Darkness cannot overtake the light. But tomorrow, for about 2 minutes and 40 seconds, darkness will temporarily seem to overtake the light. This is the first time in 99 years, I think 1918, has this an eclipse of this magnitude crossing the same path, covering as many states. And they're saying this will be the most viewed eclipse ever, with the media buzz and all the states that are in the path of totality. Many, many years ago, when people didn't understand what an eclipse was, I read some people thought that it was a dragon eating the sun, and if they made enough noise, They could scare that dragon off. And we know that sounds silly, but they didn't understand. Some people thought that the eclipse would cause blindness. Well, yeah, they didn't know that they should protect their eyes. So remember to protect your eyes when you view something like that. Some believe that it was the sign of something terrible. Even today, there are some people, I've heard the talk, this is the apocalypse. This is it. They're thinking about Revelation. The sun is as black as a sackcloth. And it may seem like the apocalypse for a little while. Grocery stores are running out of water. They may not be able to get their deliveries. The cell phone towers won't be able to handle all the calls. The traffic be chaos. I've even heard there may be a shortage of gas in some small towns. It's going to seem like the apocalypse, but I can tell you that it's not. I can tell you that it's not. God set the universe in motion. He created the heavens and the earth with an unparalleled precision. He did it perfectly. I don't know if there's an infomercial, and I think it's some kind of roaster or something. The guy says, you just set it and you forget it. You may have seen that. Set it and forget it. That's not what God did. God didn't create the heavens and the earth and just say, you're on your own. You're on your own, don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. God is still in control. He is in complete control. And I was drawn to Job 38. My study Bible says this is God interrogating Job, reminding Job of just who he is and just what his power can do. This is what he says to Job. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Who marked off its dimensions? Who laid its cornerstones while the morning stars sang their song? Who shut up the sea behind the doors when I made the clouds its garment and wrapped it in a black darkness? When I said, this is far as you may come, you can go no further. Have you seen or given orders to the morning or shown the dawn its place? What is the way or the abode of the light? And where does darkness reside? Can you take them to their place, Job? From where is lightning dispersed? Who cuts the channel for the rain and a path for the thunderstorms? Does the rain have a father? Who is the father of the drops of dew? Can you bring forth the constellations in their season, Job? Can you raise your voice to the clouds? Do lightning bolts report to you, Job? Can you count the clouds? God is reminding Job, and he's reminding us that he is in complete control. He set the universe in motion. And we're going to get to see that in this display tomorrow. Talk about precision. And I wanted to find a good story, and I did. In 1927, a man named Henry Graves, he was a very wealthy banker, and he commissioned an artist to build a watch like no other ever before. This artist's name was Patek Philippe, and I hope I said his name right. But he did this in 1927. He wanted to build the most complicated watch. And it seems that Mr. Graves and a man named James Packard, the owner of the Packard Automobile Company, they were in a contest to see who could own the world's most complicated watch. I guess when you have that kind of money, you probably get a little bored and you want the best of everything, something that nobody else had. It took this watchmaker 4 years to build the world's most complicated watch. And they called it the Henry Graves Superior Complication. It was a two-faced yellow gold with 24 complications. No watch had ever been built like this before. No finer watch in existence. A few years ago, that watch sold at auction for more than $11 million. 4 years for this type of precision. God spoke light into existence. That quick. That quick. That type of precision. When he created the heavens and the earth, he set them in motion. And they are perfect. This solar event, and solar events for centuries have been predicted because of this precision. We've known about this thing for years. We can even go back, and even if they weren't recorded in history, we know when eclipses occurred just because of that precision that God set forth. There are mentions of eclipses or similar events in the Bible. God told the prophet Amos, "It shall come to pass, I will cause the sun to go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in the clear of day." During the plagues of Egypt, God covered the land in darkness. In Matthew 24:29, the sun will be darkened, the moon will not give its light. Joel 2:31, the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood. It says the same thing again in Acts. And then the darkest day that I believe this world ever saw, the day that our Lord and Savior gave his life for us. It says in Matthew 27:45, from noon to 3 in the afternoon, darkness came over the land. The sun refused to shine. And some of you may remember the story of King Hezekiah. King Hezekiah actually shows up in the lineage of Jesus. He was a king that was believed very firmly in God. And this story comes from 2 Kings 20. And it doesn't seem to happen very often with the science world and all these new discoveries. But this story is supported by science. Science supporting the Bible history. The prophet Isaiah had been sent to tell Hezekiah that he was going to die. When Hezekiah got the news, he prayed sincerely to God, reminding God of his faithfulness and devotion and what he had done, and he'd always tried to do good in the eyes of God. And before Isaiah left, it says this, before Isaiah left the temple, God told Isaiah, tell Hezekiah he has 15 more years. And of course, like most of us, Hezekiah, he needed a sign. He needed a sign that God was keeping his word. And God knew this, that he would need a sign. So God told Isaiah to go and ask him, does he want the shadow to go forward 10 steps or back 10 steps? Hezekiah said it's simple for a shadow to go forward. Have it go back 10 steps. As if that is difficult for God. That would be more difficult. God could make it go back 10 steps just as easy as going forward. In verse 11 it says, the Lord made the shadow go back 10 steps. It had gone down on the stairway of Ahaz. All of these events occurred in the year 702 BC. There was an eclipse in 702 BC, 15 years before Hezekiah died. And the path of this eclipse crossed over Israel, blocking the sun more than 60%. Now, if the stairway had been covered in darkness and restored to daylight, that shadow would appear to retreat. That's God. God didn't just say, I'm leaving this to you. God's still working. Precise and precision. That's God. The title today's sermon, Light Wins. And we know, as I told the children, Jesus says plainly that he is the light. In John 8:12, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Jesus reminds his disciples in John 12, walk while you have the light so that darkness does not overtake you. And Jesus encourages us today to let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds. We have to let our light shine. And it seems that there's a constant battle between good and bad, light and dark. Turn on the news today. Turn on the news today and just watch the hate that still exists in our world, in our country. Can I tell you that there is no competition? Darkness does not have a chance. Does not stand a chance. In James 4:7 it says, submit yourself to God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. He has to leave you alone. The devil cannot defeat our light. He can't convince us to hide that light. The devil will use fear of opinions that others may have of you, fear of failure or rejection. Or this one, maybe you talk about Jesus so much. Maybe you talk about Jesus so much they may call you a Jesus freak. Well, come on. Call me that. Call me that. Say I'm talking about Jesus too much, and I'm going to buy you lunch. Jesus said, you are the light of the world. If there's a movie that people couldn't wait to come out, it finally comes out, or a TV series that's on, and I don't get a chance to watch it, or a football game that I know is going to be on later, or that gets recorded, and I don't want to see the score, I don't want to watch ESPN, I don't want to talk to my friends, sometimes just out of meanness, if they know I haven't seen that game or the movie, they'll let me know what's happening. And there are some people that are nice about that, especially on social media. If you see the words spoiler alert, don't read any further, because they're about to tell you something that you're not ready to hear yet. I don't believe what I'm about to tell you right now. I don't believe I have to say spoiler alert. We know the ending. We read the ending. We know how it ends. I don't know about you. I like being on the winning team. Light wins. Light will always win. Even in this world today, we see darkness creeping in little towns. People are dying over statues. But those are just little battles. The big battle, God has already said who is going to win. And I go to Revelation 21, 23 through 37. The city does not need the sun or the moon to shine on it, for the glory of God gives it light, and the Lamb is its lamp. The nations will walk in its light, and kings of the earth will bring their splendor to it. On no day will the gates ever be shut. There will be no night there. The glory and honor of all nations will be brought to it. Nothing impure will ever enter it, nor anyone who does what is shameful or deceitful, but only those whose name are written in the Lamb's book of life. I want to be on the winning team. I want my name in that book of life. And when I do that, we can gain that by sharing our light with others. By giving that light. That's what Jesus wants us to do. That's what God wants us to do, is share our light with others. Light wins. Goodness wins. I ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.